It's time to talk about Ethan Ralph of the kill stream. I've mostly managed to not talk about Ralph. I almost said his name once, and then in my last stream I read a tweet from his, not even thinking about it, but I didn't like fully talk about him. I managed to commit not to talk about Ralph for a full month. However, now it's time to continue the beatings and to make fun of the gunted man-child piglet who cannot stop sneezing at any point in time. This is probably the funniest thing he's managed to do in quite a while.
And I would like to talk about that.
Brother sent $10. Keep on air guitaring, brother.
This man still contends that he's losing weight when he's literally too fucking fat to sit in a chair and not have it break out from under him. By the way, I was very inspired by this, and something about the pacing of it, like this part right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit! It reminded me of this. That's my lame edit. This is for some reason, hearing the way he fell and the way he said "oh shit" like after a second pause, made me like that's the dun 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 tune. So I tried to edit that together. I'll do it again. Listen for it. Listen for it. Oh shit. Anyways. I'll get back to Ralph later. He's only been sucking dick for the last month. He's actually been in really good spirits because people aren't bullying him for once, and he seems to enjoy that. Yeah, 2 bits shave and a haircut. 2 bits. That's apparently the official name. I've always known it as the secret knock. There's another one that's like a Russian one. There's a Russian secret knock. And I tried to find that one as well, but it was harder to find. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Patrick Thomlinson. Someone asked me to play this as an intro video for Patrick Thomlinson. I'm not going to do it every time, but I will play it this once because it's pretty funny. I don't know why Patrick Thomlinson put that video out. I consider that extremely violent and heinous. Like, nobody deserves to be hurt over what they believe. But this Patrick Thomlinson guy is real problematic. I'll show what he said recently. They got him into some trouble. They actually got him into like a little bit of a Twitter-wide kerfuffle. He posted, "Thread time, here's the thing about Tesla. It's not a car company. Tesla is a company that has to make cars in order to sell its real product, emission credits. Let me explain. Back in 2012, the EPA put out strident emission standards for new vehicles fleet-wide." And he goes on to explain something which is actually kind of interesting. You see, in 2016, or sometime throughout Trump's presidency, I remember that Elon Musk said something that was kind of condemning of Trump. And people turned on Trump very quickly, as they often did during the Trump presidency, where the Trump people would, myself included, would start bullying people who Trump parted ways with, at least in the first 2 years. And what people pointed out with Elon Musk was that his vehicles, or his company, got a lot of credits from the EPA. Essentially, this is sort of like how corn works in the US. A lot of farming companies produce a lot of corn, but that's not because corn is such a hot commodity. It is because the government will pay you to grow corn. So you will lose money on corn, like for actually selling it, but the government will give you back money. So there is so much fucking corn made in the U.S. that doesn't actually have any like buyer, that just rots. And they constantly invent new uses for corn because the government pays farmers to grow corn that nobody needs. And it's kind of like this. There was this theory that Tesla was the same thing. He's building these cars that nobody really wants, not because the cars themselves are so profitable, but because the EPA is giving him credits for doing so. And when he posted this, he got fact-checked by Twitter. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. Regulatory credits only account for a small percentage of Tesla revenue. In 2020, it was 6%. In 2002, it is less than 3%. As of fiscal year quarter 3, 2022, credits were only $287 million against profits of $3.3 billion. This was retweeted by Christopher Dungeon, and Elon Musk laughed at him. So Patrick Thomlinson has been laughed at by Elon Musk, a billionaire, owner of Twitter, owner of Elon Musk, or not owner of Tesla, one of the primary people involved in PayPal's foundation, for which, unfortunately, despite all the things people like about Elon Musk, his involvement in PayPal will mean that he goes to hell. Very unfortunate to have to say that, but chances are he will burn for all eternity for being involved in PayPal. But then the beatings continued. He responded basically to every single person making fun of him for this. Kavarin says, does Elon have a troll farm? And then he says, the biggest troll farm on... Oh, I had to do my voice. The biggest troll farm on Earth. Red Mercy says, is child supposed to be provocative or undermining or something? I'm confused why you resort to this Lamau. Anyway, enough entertaining you in your games. Good luck in your future endeavors. Yes, child, confused is exactly what you are. Kurt says, you got fact-checked by Twitter as a liar. Ha 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 ha. Patrick says, no, child, I didn't. Carbon credits are a greenwashing scam and a delaying action for corporations. That's a cyberstalker account. Another journalist getting exposed for spreading lies. Who knew? Or what's new? What's new would be you not knowing how to spell new. Community notes are meaningless, child. It's like the $8 you keep cutting. The $8 check you keep cutting. Well, I mean, it's been out for less than a month. He's only cut it one time. Stalker child. Gods, you people are exhausting. Tell all 7 of your followers about it. November 22. Child. My real Hove account is at Stealthy Geek. There's already at least one imposter using the exact same handle. My real account is currently following 56 people. Mastodon, no. Post, yes, same handle. He gets into a nice little tizzy with people on Twitter, and people find it very funny. He reacts to, oh, let's read this one. Oh my God, this is just too precious. That G is probably plural. Oh my gods, this is just too precious. At no point in the thread am I talking about revenue. I am talking about profits. My first added context on any tweet is, of course, from Elon Stans. That's the Patrick update. He is standing alone against an entire army of troll farm stalker childs from Elon Musk, the biggest stalker child of them all. Read some of his new writing. Send it to me. I don't know what that means. I haven't heard of his new writing. Oh, okay. This update is near and dear to my heart. I have listened to a couple things from RazorFist. I'm not his biggest fan by any stretch of the imagination. However, I have found his various videos about Michael Jackson to be very compelling. I would say that he has convinced me that altered my opinion on Michael Jackson from being definitely a child rapist to probably not a child rapist. I do believe that he was murdered by Sony because he held billions of dollars of stock, which was immediately sold to Sony by his survivors after he died. However, just because I found a couple of his videos interesting, I will make fun of him because last year, I think like April 2021, Razor I learned. Okay, the O is pronounced from what I know. Motorhead does this too, which is why he does it. And it's weird. You have to say day, and then you close your lips, so it's day. RazorFist says, I'm Razor, and I'm a complete piece of shit. I jerk off to porn while my innocent girl sleeps in the next room, despite criticizing everyone who watches porn online. I can't keep promises I willingly made her, and I belittle her intelligence when she catches me in lies. Obviously, this is Eve. If you haven't seen me on streams, this incident was why. Now you guys know. So, Razor responded after these tweets by deleting them and saying, always enable two-factor authentication, people. No, it was not Eve, just a good old-fashioned fishing job. I don't like talking about my private life, even when it happens to be true, so you can imagine how much I love talking about it when it happens to be bullshit. And this is a link to a guy at job4_2. That handle is very familiar. Something, it's like something I know from a past life or something. And he responds saying, no, it's all bullshit. He deletes the tweets and then says, oops, I got fished. Haha, my account was compromised. And the person who compromised the account, instead of leaking any of his DMs or posting something that would get him banned from Twitter, like, I don't know, Star David with a swastika in it, he instead makes a very personal remark about Razor being a coomer. And now, all the dust settled. Happened a year ago. Nobody remembers this. Nobody cares. However, someone named Eve made this tweet. More sounds like of an Razor. Listen, I'm an Amerimud. I speak one language poorly. That's the rule. Despite me openly talking about my right-wing past, an Anon account is replying to my friend on Instagram calling me alt-right. This label might have been more fitting when I was 19 or 20, but I've since broken up with the shithead whose politics I adapted and became my own person. I dated a pretty well-known right-leaning asshole from 15 to 20. I then also became a right-wing leaning asshole. Then that asshole ruined my heart and hurt me. I left at 20 and went back to being me. I wasn't right-wing before him, and I'm not right-wing after him. Who could she be talking about that she met and started having a relationship with at 15? Certainly not RazorFist. Certainly not, right? By the way, I have been told by people who continue to watch RazorFist's content that after this tweet, his girlfriend Eve has never appeared on another stream and he has never mentioned her again. So his bullshit, his outright fucking lie that this was a hacker can be demonstrably proven, because she is saying that they've not been together since she was 20 and she's currently 21 or 22 now. I think 22. And she is saying that they started dating when he was 15. Now, depending on your personal politics, if you happen to be a retard, you might have no issue with that. It is very funny, though. I guess the moral of the story is that you can get away with dating a 15-year-old girl, but you can't be a coomer and break or ruin her heart, as she says, at the same time. You have to be one or the other. She's a stripper in Chicago? What? Evie Metal. Okay, I'm curious now if this is true. If RazorFist trad Latina GF became a stripper after he jerked off and chased her off. 22 metalhead Aries Wildchild. She's like a fucking ethod. Wow. You know what's libertarians? Latinas are the future, bro. Latinas are like so they're like Catholic. They're like Catholic and trad. I love Latinas. They're like they cook. They cook tacos. You like tacos? Date a Latina girl. They're the future. The future of America is Latinx. There's literally nothing wrong with stripping. It's an art. Good joke. The sincerity is what really made the joke.